Okay, today I want to talk about Canon's new PowerShot 360 HSA. Now, if that name sounds familiar, it's because it should. So in 2016, Canon released the PowerShot 360 HS. And it was a massive success. A 20 megapixel pocket-sized point-and-shoot camera that captured great-looking photos, pretty decent quality video. It was a great camera and extremely popular for those reasons. But that takes us to today. Almost 10 years later, Canon just released the PowerShot 360 HSA, a camera that in some ways is even worse than the original, and in every other way that's not worse, it's the exact same camera, 10 years after the original. Now, like always, I don't want to waste your time. I'm going to jump right into this video, but if it does help you out, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to my channel. Now let's get into it. So this new version has the exact same body, the exact same 20 megapixel sensor with a 12 times optical zoom lens, the exact same Digic 4 processor from 2016, the exact same photo and video quality, 3-inch non-touch LCD screen on the back, the same battery and battery life, even the exact same mini USB port. It's not USB-C, it's not even micro USB, it has a mini USB port. Like, that's the most outdated port I think any new piece of tech has had on it. Like, at the very least, they could have just given us a USB-C port to charge this with USB-C. Nobody has a mini USB cable in 2025. Okay, but here's the thing, it even gets worse. Like I said, there are some things that are even worse than the original. One of those being, they removed the standard full-size SD card slot and replaced it with a micro SD card slot. Now, that isn't inherently worse in any way, it doesn't change the performance, but just regular SD cards are so much more standard, so many more people just have those laying around versus little micro SD cards. It's a really weird thing to change, especially since everything else is the exact same. Like, all the components on the motherboard I'm sure are identical, except they had to rework a micro SD card port instead of a standard SD card. And then also, again, in 2025, with all the advancements in technology we've had since 2016, they actually removed some of the Wi-Fi features on this camera. So you can still transfer photos from the Wi-Fi in your camera to your phone, but they removed the ability to do that to your computer and some of the other Wi-Fi functions to like connect to a computer essentially. Another thing that just doesn't really make sense, like if anything, we're moving more towards wireless, and they got rid of some of the wireless Wi-Fi functionality after 10 years. And then the last thing that's different about these cameras, Canon increased the retail price. So this new one retails at $379. That's what I paid for this, brand new, which is increased from the original retail price on the original one. So my conclusion is that Canon is 100% just trying to cash in on the digital camera trend that's going on right now. Kind of older style digital point and shoots like these are becoming really popular right now. And I can guarantee that's the only reason Canon decided to kind of reintroduce this, try to sell it as a brand new camera now to try to make some more money off of it. So if you're in the market for this camera or the original HS, I would recommend just buying whichever one you can find for a more affordable price, whether that's new or used. I personally always recommend buying used camera gear, and I'm gonna link a few places you can buy these used down in the description. For $400, there are many other much better cameras, interchangeable lens cameras, mirrorless DSLRs. There are plenty of other cameras that will get much higher quality photos and videos for this price if you do some research and are willing to buy used. And I've made a bunch of videos about those as well, so I'm gonna link those down in the description. I'll have links to this down in the description if you do want to purchase one. Alright, so this is the full HD 1080p video in like kind of a vlog style if this is what you want to do with this camera. So this is kind of how wide of an angle you're going to get on this. Also, this is what the internal microphone sounds like with no external microphone. There's no mic jack either, so you can't really plug in any microphones to this. And there's also no hot shoe on the top, so even if you plugged in a mic, you wouldn't be able to really mount it to this camera anyways. So this is pretty much the audio you're going to get out of this camera. And like I said, this is also full HD 1080p right now. I don't know, in conclusion, there are much better options out there. I'll link a bunch of stuff down in the description if you want to do more research. I really hope this video helped you out if you're in the market for one of these, if you're planning on purchasing one. Also, I'm curious to know your thoughts about Canon re-releasing a 10-year-old camera. It's just really weird to me. Okay, I was gonna leave the video here, but I do want to just clarify something. By no means am I saying this is a terrible camera. If anything, they released this because more and more people want to buy cameras like this. I mainly wanted to make this video to complain to Canon about their just questionable choices. They do make good products, and I mean, I use Canon cameras all the time, like pretty much every single day. I just think it's weird, and I'm really not a big fan of what they did with the release of this camera. Also, winter's coming up. It's getting cold out. It's kind of the perfect time to buy some Fox Hopes beanies, which I'll link down in the description. These things are warm, they're soft, they're comfortable. I'll link them down in the description if you want to help support my channel, but either way, I'll see you in the next video.